Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Shelter Insurance Agent Grant Baker in Aurora, Doak Propane, Bank of Bolivar, Labor's Local 663, and Great Southern Bank. And pleased to go back down to Miller High School, as I promised. They are the the Class 1 state champions in volleyball, and Coach Landers has got to be an exciting time there in Cardinal country, so to speak.
It absolutely is. Everybody's pretty excited. I think we'll be talking about this for a while.
You will indeed. You come out of the district tournament and you kind of left no prisoners. You 3-0, 3-0, 3-2, and then 3-0 in the championship game against a Gideon team who had just lost one match, I believe, on the season. What was your mindset going into that championship?
Well, I knew when we played that Friday night game, I really felt like watching film on everybody that could possibly be the state championship game. I felt like maybe whoever won that game was going to win the state championship. And, going into Gideon, I was worried because they have really good defense. They kept would keep bringing the ball back. But I knew that if we just stuck with our game plan and these girls play like I knew they could play, I knew we would come back with a state championship.
All right. Now they haven't switched chairs on me like they did last time. So we'll start there with Allie Mitchell. Allie, tell us about your experience and where were you when you knew you had won the title?
I was basically in my base, so I was in right back, and I watched the ball go out of bounds, and I was like, "Yay, we won!" Is that what you wanted me to say?
As you look back on that run, and really over the past two seasons, but really this run in particular, what stands out to you? Obviously, that Santa Fe matchup had to be kind of nerve-wracking, I would think.
Yeah, it made us really get focused and stay intense. We had to come out of our shell a little bit because we did play them really tight. So we had to make sure that we kept having fun. And all of us in our own way really helped the team stay up in their spirits and everything, and kept confidence in ourselves when we were playing Santa Fe, because we all know we really wanted it. And we just had to put forth all that effort to be able to really close out the game.
And you really had to go back a month or more to the last time you guys lost a set.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hadn't been on that side. You hadn't been on that side of the score. You got to go back all the way back to Republic. I think 17, 18 matches, and you had not lost a set. And you come into the semifinal game and you lose two sets to Santa Fe. What's going through your mind?
What was going through my mind is I was really grateful Coach T put us in a rough schedule this year, so we were prepared and know how to come out of a loss in a set and come back and do better. That really probably was the biggest thing we could have done in our whole season to prepare us for the moment at state when we did play Santa Fe and it was a close set. So reminiscing on that to be able to apply that to the Santa Fe game is big.
All right, and Kaylee Helton is to your left, I believe. I don't know because I'm looking at this on a camera. She's next to you and sitting right there behind the big plaque. Kaylee, where were you when the ball went out of bounds?
Oh gosh, I was in left back. No, I was not. I was in left front. Yeah. I was in left front. It was crazy because Ashton went out and we were like, oh no, that was her last kill and everything. And when I went back row, I didn't think I would go front row again. And then it just happened where she was coming back in and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going back front row. And so it was just I saw the ball go over the net from serve from Claudia. And so I was obviously thinking, okay, we're either going to block this or we're going to get it back and then we're going to end on a kill. And then she just kind of shanked it. And I was like, oh my gosh, we just won.
What was the score at that time? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
It was 24-18.
24-18.
Claudia said.
Well, she was serving, so she probably looked at the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, don't miss this serve, or coach, she's gonna kill me.
So Claudia, obviously, you know where you were.
Yeah, I'm serving.
So who ended up on the bottom of the pile?
We didn't pile up. We just kind of like circled
Yeah,
around.
during the Santa Fe game, it was me and Claudia because we hugged and then everyone tackled us.
Yeah, in the Santa Fe game, I got crushed on the bottom. Like my leg bent, and I was like, "Oh, that hurts really bad." But it was good. We were crying. It was an exciting time. So
It was good.
you can't really feel the pain when you're just laughing and crying.
And the adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline took over.
Yep.
Very good. Well, as you look back over this, Ashton, as you look back over this season, are there parts of this season that really stand out?
I feel like this whole season really stood out to me because I feel like we all just like flowed really well together. And I feel like this was a totally different volleyball team than we have been in the past. I feel like we all really grew into ourselves this year and all like performed our roles and what we're supposed to do really well. And I feel like we all had a lot of fun this year. And we won a lot of games, obviously. And I just feel like we all had a lot of fun doing it together.
All right. And this is for anyone who wants to answer. What motivated you coming into this season? Was it that last year not winning it? What was that motivation as you head into this season? And how do you motivate each other? Because everyone's motivated differently.
I'll say my answer. Okay. So my biggest motivation was probably when Coach T held up her brother's ring. He was a part of the 1994 state championship team, and she'd bring it to practice and would show the state ring. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I want one of those so bad. Like, and that was kind of the motive. Like she'd pull it out in the middle of the game, be like, hey, this is what we're working for. And it would fire me up and it would get me really excited. So that was some of my motivation this year.
My motivation was just knowing that we're seniors and that this game could possibly be our last. I didn't want it to end. And I really wanted to leave our mark on Miller. Like, I know we already left one since we made it to state, but we might as well make a bigger one and just go ahead and win it.
Yeah, you might as well win it since we're there and everything.
You might as well win it.
Yeah.
I would say my biggest motivation was over all these years, our whole town has been like, this is the group of girls that is going to go win us a state championship and represent our town well. And we finally did it for everyone. And I just wanted to do it for us. I want to do it for Coach T. I want to do it for the community. So just like my surrounding and everyone that wanted it just as bad as I did, just like fired me up.
Yeah, our community has definitely been like the best support system out
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Like they're the best
100%.
crowd in the 417, and I'll take that with me to the grave.
Yeah. And for me, pretty much, I agree with everything that they've already said. We wanted to do it for ourselves, and we wanted to be able to be that team that's like, yeah, we won state, and like have that be kind of our legacy in this town. And also for me, this was my last year getting to play with my sister. And so it was really, really cool that we got to go out with a state championship. And that's like the last game I ever played with her got to be a state championship. So that was pretty fun.
Who was someone who was not at the state championship? Who was that first person that you heard from that congratulated you? Who was not there? Was it a grandparent?
There were so many posts on Facebook.
I don't know if
And
there wasn't
also-
anybody not there from Miller.
Yeah,
I think
say, like,
everybody in the
literally
town was there.
All 699
Yeah.
of us were there.
It was pretty amazing.
It was also really crazy that we got home at like, what was it, 12?
12:30.
12. It was like 12:45 we arrived at
It
the
was
school.
like,
And everyone that maybe didn't get a chance to go and everyone that went was at the school waiting for us to get off the
shooting off
bus.
fireworks,
Yeah.
silly string, playing music. It was really cool.
It was awesome.
Coach Landers, you mentioned your brother's state championship ring. I actually got a text from someone who was at the Final Four who said, what is Coach Landers' brother's name? And I don't know why that was brought up. And I
I
said,
actually still have it in my pocket.
She's gonna keep it
I
until
got
she
it.
gets hers.
See, I still have it. It's right here.
She would whip that out right in the middle of the game.
Okay.
There it is.
Timeout. She'd hold it up and be like,
Take it.
guys, this is
Yeah.
what we want. We'd be like, yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah. So I've still got it right here, and we're going to use it to help us. Of course, ours is going to have a volleyball on it. But,
Yeah,
you
that's the
know.
important part.
that's one thing that the whole town, that's what they've always talked about. And, I graduated from here, and the state championship is the only thing they've ever, they've talked about. I'm ready for them to talk about girls for a while. It's been a while. And I love that state. I went to every football game, I'm a Cardinal through and through. So, but I'm ready for these girls, because these girls work just as hard as the boys do. And, sometimes it's just different. And I'm glad that they finally could get something that they absolutely deserve. And this group absolutely deserves it, because they have worked hard. I remember, and I don't know which one of them it was, but one of them last year when we won third, one of them said, "This is not good enough, Coach T." And I remember that. I'm thinking it was probably Claudia. And, my sister and myself, we thought about that all year long, thinking about, okay, that's not good enough for them. It's not good enough for us either, but what can we do as coaches maybe to make them better, make them better. They're all already really, really good. So that made it even more challenging, because people would say, well, you don't have to do much. They're good enough, but you still need to make things challenging in practice every day. So, we tried to, and I think our blocking was one of our goals, is to make our blocking better. And it was a lot better. And our offensive threat, I think these girls put the work in the off season and during season, that they absolutely deserve this. And it was going to be heartbreaking if we didn't get it.
Ladies, again, congratulations. We're visiting with the Miller Lady Cardinals volleyball team, Class 1 state volleyball champions. Who was the first person you called or reached out to when you won it? Probably didn't have to call anybody, did you?
Everyone was already there.
Everybody's there.
Everyone was already there, but the first people I went to was my parents, obviously.
Yeah. Aside from the team, like all of us seniors, there's some pretty cool pictures of all of us hugging. And then me and my sister hugged pretty soon. And then pretty much me and my sister beeline for the stands, and we went and gave my dad a hug immediately after.
Yeah, after we won, I started the crowd. I already had seen my mom, but I pointed up to my dad, because he's been the biggest support for me. So he was definitely the first person I looked to too.
I think I did the same thing. I was looked at my mom and I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, again, congratulations. An exciting moment. What do you do from here?
Well,
Enjoy it.
Basketball.
Enjoy it.
Go play
Yeah.
basketball.
Very good. Very good. Well, ladies and Coach Landers, again, congratulations on state champ. I told you I would have you back in, and I fully expected you to win it. And so it's good. And I'm glad you didn't switch chairs on me now, so I can kind of know where everybody's at. But I've thoroughly enjoyed our time that we've got to spend just interviewing and maybe reaching out and connecting to Miller. And if you walk through those hallways, there's a picture of my dad actually in those hallways there. He was a coach there a long time ago. And Coach Landers may have had him in class, may have had him as a teacher.
Actually, across the hallway, he was one of my teachers in this
Very
exact
good.
hallway. Yep.
All right. Well, ladies, on behalf of the Missouri Sports Network and MissouriSportsNetwork.com, congratulations. And this is something you'll never forget. Nobody can ever take it away from you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You bet. Have a great day. You're listening to Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage.